Spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of meager means. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dreams. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't. Really, it ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun, it's an everyday thing. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not Haram beef.
Peace, peace, peace. We live and direct here at the BBT. What's up?
Peace. Had to get my libations. Give your boy a second. Gratitude, Noble Malik.
Yep.
Sit that right there. How everybody doing today? How everybody doing today? Peace and love and light and illumination. I've been ripping and running, man. I left my glasses in the car, so y'all got to work with me, Malik. Did we get our Moorish American prayer in, Noble?
Let's get it. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is a protector, our God, and our salvation by night, by day. It was Holy Prophet through Ali, Amen, Ashay, Shalom Alaikum, Irish, Islamism. Peace, 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 peace.
Man, look what we have here. Thank you.
Goggles.
Goggles. Well, yeah, man, gratitude to everyone, man. If y'all follow us, like a lot of people have been following us, you know we work out on the weekends with my Mufti, Malik Reed L. He's our health and fitness instructor. We do a lot of things, for people. We challenge you to hit us up and join us and seek us out because we are a community. This is how you change within. But with that being said, it's a beautiful. Oh, I'm sorry, I hear that. It's a beautiful day today in my city of Flint, Michigan. We had a beautiful adapt class yesterday. If y'all have been following us, first and foremost, I want to thank all my alumni before I get in here because I have my other platform up. And please, everyone, be respectable because I have a lot of my professors and a lot of people from different backgrounds. And a lot of them asking me why I'm still doing this, because the association that I have. And I say I love to do this. Like my Noble Malik always say, how are people going to learn if I don't teach? You can't go get some wisdom and then be like everybody else and say, well, I'm just going to get a check. Because I could, but I'm very, very blessed. I'm blessed to have my mother and my father here watching me on my journey. Here, let me block this person real fast because we don't care about none of that stuff. That's why I said I'm operating with my Noble Malik. I said, man, anything that's not coherent to what we're doing, we're not going to give any energy to that because we know how people are on social media. We let them be ignorant in their own way, and we continue to teach. But our message is for a specific person. Anyone know me on social media? I love all men. I love all women because that's my background. So today we're going to talk a little bit about healing and about the esoteric. We know a lot of the exo, the things that's outside. We know about those things. But we're going to talk about some inner things because a lot of our people don't understand signs and symbols. And so they get upset because they don't understand culture. And that's not for us to, how can I say, debate with someone or try to prove a point. That's not our perspective. You see, because people that's prejudiced and racist and racist use things like Negro, black, and color, and African American. And a lot of our people don't understand that. So when we know, we don't fall into those things because we know better. I'm quoting my noble Malik. We know better. So we let those people that's ignorant that come with these things, no matter who they are on social media, say you can feel how you want to. You have that right. That's why you're here in America. But for me and my house, we're going to do what we know we can do. When I tell everybody, look up the Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15. When people want to talk about slavery or some African-American slavery or some misnomer black slavery, but they don't want to talk about white cargo. They don't want to talk about they were white and they were slaves. They don't want to talk about that aspect. They don't want to talk about that. But when people talk about black and this and slavery, nah, man, let's talk about it all. And no one's going to go there because I can illuminate and we can illuminate a lot of things here at the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. But when we talk about the esoteric meanings of things, the inner meaning, the signs and symbols that reveal things to us, that's what we should be talking about this spirituality about. Because we're not here to argue no one religious perspective as a people. We should understand our nationality and spirituality. And you can believe anything you want. But if we are people, we have our nationality and our spirituality. No matter if you want to rock with this banner or that banner, at the end of the day, we should agree to certain things that make us a complete fifth. This is the uniting of Asia. Understand this. This is the peace that we have. That's the peace that I have. I'm from a small city of Flint, Michigan. I've been living in Arizona. Most of my colleagues haven't been looking like me. So when my noble, and I have to say this before I get into this teaching. So when my nobles be like, Sheik, you know, when you first got into this, I met you at a place of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. You were teaching. The reason why my noble is saying that, because that's what helps for us. That's why I say when you have brothers that, how can I say, you look up to and they look up to you, we all are tools. And so we get to what we know. We get back in our little bubble. We get back in our little bubble and we move. Think about what I'm saying, man, brothers and sisters. This peace and joy of this esoteric healing. Esoteric, the inner, the close people, the followers of the so-called Jesus, whatever, was the ones of the way. You know, this is what this is about. This is no hate. You know, this is no I'm better than you contingent on color. Because if you've been tuned into us, when you hear our aims, we have a brotherhood that's not contingent on your color, race, or queer, or creed, or sex. You see? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue to block things that's meaningless. Because I'm on YouTube too, on my personal YouTube page. And this is my last week. Oh, I also want to share this, y'all, before I proceed. This is my last week sharing anything on YouTube and TikTok. Any of our messages. That's what I want to share as well. And on my personal YouTube page. This is the last week. Yesterday was the last ADAPT class. Today is the last Sunday school. If no one following our Temple and School YouTube channel, you know, it's meaningless to me, because I didn't get on social media to be no influencer or none of that. I do this in real life in my city of Flint, Michigan, and everywhere as I travel. So I don't get donations, or I'm not doing this to bring nobody or try to sell no one nothing. That's not my mission. So this is finna be it for me. You know, the only thing you would be seeing me on TikTok is just having a regular conversation, saying hi. You know, I'm not going to be teaching no more, because what happened when I came back to my city of Flint and I'm going to my alumni, I'm going to all these Jewish churches and I'm speaking. There's no reason for me to do this to a people and everybody is disrespectful. There's no reason. It's no reason. So as we proceed with love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, which I'm glad my Mufti put me in the right place. You know, I'm glad he put me in the right place to say, no, you have brothers. You know, you have brothers. Focus on my brothers. I took that to my heart. I took what Dantes told me, like, bruh, Sheik, I'm in St. Louis. Let's build here. You know, just like y'all saying, you like Sheik. We in Sacramento.
Yep.
You know, like, we in Sacramento. Well, you have people that love you. Look at the work you've done. Look at the people's lives you change in academia. Get off social media. You know, and I take that to heart. You know, I don't know what somebody keeps saying sexual orientation is not a choice. I don't know what they mean by that, but we're going to keep going. We blocking that too. I said, that's why I said I'm getting off this social media platform and sticking with what my brother's saying, because y'all been with me forever. And I've kind of lost my way a little bit, looking, trying to help everyone with no disrespect. But when I deal with this esoteric healing, it takes work. As Malik said, everything takes time. You can't come here and say, oh, for the first time, and we're not telling you to change. That's why Malik was saying this is a study. If you're going through martial arts, if you're going through anything that you want to get higher, you must practice. You must be willing to go through those different ranks in martial arts, the different gulps. Say in sports, if you went from JV or freshman to varsity, if you went from community college to getting a bachelor's degree to master's, etc., all those levels is what? Some work that need to be put in. It takes something. It takes some work. It takes some work. And the joy that I have to get back to is seeing the work that's manifested in the people that I'm dealing with every day, the people that I'm coming in contact with, the real people. And since I've been back in my city of Flint, I have to be honest with y'all, the love that I've gotten from the other man is crazy, because they study us to a T. And so when I talk about this esoteric healing and this power, I talk about certain things that's very important, that would deepen your insight, that illuminate your understanding and application for esoteric healing. The esoteric is the inner. The exoteric is the generalities. This is why I say our people lost due to a lack of knowledge, because we play all day. You see it on social media. So when we talk about the 3 laws of health, because health is very important to me and my muftis. Our health is number 1. The law controlling the will to live. When I ask a person, what are you eating? What are you doing? These people are out of shape, on diabetics, high blood pressure, because you are what you eat and drink. This involves the first aspect of will and power, aka the Father, the Shiva, the life, the spirit. You see how words have synonyms, and everybody try to put you in the box. This is not no Orthodox stuff. This is not no games. This ain't no Hebrew Israelite or some of them rogue Moors or some of them radical Christians or some of them radical Islam. This not that. This not that. This law controls the respiratory system. Everything I talk about is man-made in the image of the Creator, the most holy place, the quarter roundabout. Even the C. Freeman L chart, everything I talk about is all going to go back to science. Even the so-called Circle 7 with its indentions that represents man and God coming together. All Masonic symbology is nothing but 2 elementary tools. This is why I tell people, I say, we lost. The law controlling the quality of rhythm. This involved the second aspect of love and wisdom, Sun, Vishnu, quality, consciousness. We talked about consciousness yesterday in the DAP class. It controlled. You say what, Noble?
I was just agreeing, yeah.
And this aspect controls the cardiovascular and the nervous system. That's why our vibration operate on a level to where we operating on peace, not submission, and we don't have to deal with nothing that don't suit our spirit and our cardiovascular and our nervous system. We don't have to respect that. We reject it because it's not food. Some people think food is a honey bun, annihilators. We don't have to accept that. We don't have to accept nothing that's not food.
Right.
And the third law, controlling crystallization. Controlling crystallization. This involves the third aspect of active intelligence. Active intelligence. Because I didn't get my brothers being no fool or being like the rest of these court jesters. All my brothers are rocking with me because of not only mine and theirs active intelligence, which is Holy Spirit, Brahma, matter, appearance. The law controls everything. The law controls the metabolic system. The law controls the organs of assimilation and excretion. Nothing operates outside the law.
Nope.
Happiness is a constant flow of successive adjustments that results in what? Our growth. the assimilation of every expanding experience. Disease is a result of what? Inhabited flow of soul energy to the body. It is a process of liberation. After we work out, we be all liberated. What you mean? We be full of energy. Our kundalini has opened. It's like that ebb flow, you know. For by taking on a disease, a person's open up to greater soul awareness, an aspect of consciousness, not an expression at that time. We didn't say sickness would come, but when it comes, now our body is built up in a certain way. Now we in that defense. Now we must revert to what we know, not panic mode. True healing from the esoteric standpoint, because we get the exo, the general. I'm trying to get you to a place. True healing that will change a person's life, and inner motivation we call consistency, communication, and commitment can only happen when the soul of the individual is involved. It is seldom sudden, for it involves change and adjustment and reorganization from within. Last time I checked, for all my religious brothers and sisters, didn't the Bible say ye are gods? Didn't the scripture say you made in the image of God? Last time I checked. What do you think that means? It calls upon the person to make decisions from within, decisions which the soul wants, not what the little personality desires. Me and my mother and father were just having this conversation when people be saying, well, God told me to tell you this. God ain't told you to tell me nothing. If God told you to tell me something, tell me what the number is. Tell me what the what they call it, the Powerball is, for I can change my family life, for I can change the community. You talk about God told you to tell me something. God ain't told you. Oh, so you more special than me. Stop. We all are gods. Stop the cap. God may tell to you and give you things in generalities, but God ain't told you nothing specific about me. That's that old fake Cleo and that fake fortune teller. That's what the Bible tell you to stay away from. The jinn and all these people that saying, I can do this and make you this. Not the constellations, not Mazarah. The same thing what the Bible and the Quran speaks about. When I speak esoterically, when you think it's some 12 tribes.
Oh,
But change and changes with regard to the bodies, to the body fitness. When I ask people, they say, well, they done came into the light and they this, and I look at their body and I said, man, you still eating honey buns, drinking Black and Miles every day. You still drinking energy drinks. Man, you can't tell me you don't even work out. You get dressed up to do what? The trap. It ain't nothing special about you. What are we talking about? Fitness, types of entertainment and relaxation. I know brothers, they can't even relax. They don't even like being at home. And that's why they don't have empresses. Think about it, because they don't know how to relax. They don't have no vigor. Most men my age, they got erectile dysfunction. These is facts. Why? From what you eating and from what you drink. You think your belly's supposed to be that big? You a lie. Ain't no truth in you. Well, I'm just older. Man, I'm older than you. I'm old enough to be your daddy. All these are influenced from within by esoteric healing, not imposed on the patent, you know, from without. You know, it's not from that. It's not from that. Meditation is considered a prerequisite. Remember I talk about prerequisite for all my religious people when they say, didn't you read this in the book of Yasher? You'd be like, what you mean? When I say the Bible speaks over 100 books, but specifically 23, those are prerequisites. In academia, those are prerequisites. So to say you know this, you must know all the prerequisites. If not, then you operate on a belief system. I don't argue with that. I don't argue with nobody's belief system. But when we meditate and contemplate, it's considered a prerequisite. It's considered a prerequisite. It's considered a prerequisite that someone who wishes to practice esoteric healing should meditate regularly. So why would I be arguing with somebody on social media when they say, well, who you are? Who you think it is? Why you got on this? Why you got on this? Man, I ask somebody else that. I'm not going to answer it. I got the right to do everything I'm doing. I got the right to do everything I'm doing. Why are you mad at it? I wouldn't be watching it and tuned into nobody I ain't rocking with. I'll just delete myself. It shows your lack of wisdom, not mine. And while this little dissertation that I'm giving y'all, this practice, this healing in the way described of what I'm saying, because my life is real. All my muftis, this holistic. You can't say, oh, I wonder who these people are, and then come around us in real life and we're not none of that of who we are. That's cap. That's why I said I give love to everyone, but this is our last viewing of class. If no one is dedicating, if no one is committed to what we're doing, and the same people been following us forever, it don't mean nothing. Everybody will go to the next thing that they think is popular. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I tell everybody to subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School, and it fall on deaf ears. So I tell everyone they just have to go to something else. That's what we do. And it's okay. Yep. The use of thought in healing. That's what my Noble Malik said. I be listening. He was like, Sheik, if people don't want to commit, we giving the stuff away. And then I'm back home and I lecture at universities. I lecture at all the churches, the European churches of my alumni. I lecture at the Masonic houses. I don't get nothing from this, but try to show my people something. So I get what my people be saying. Deal with the ones that take care of you and into what you into. I understand. And I have to keep saying that. The use of thought in healing. If people saying they trying to be healed and the doctor is here, what's the purpose of keep coming back? And the doctor have to tarry, and no one put nothing in the doctor bag, but he continue to come and heal to a certain people that look like him. He have to stop and go to the people that need healing. That's all. That's I hope that's common sense with us. I'm trying to make things what's not common to us as people common. So when we talk about the use of thought in healing, because everything starts with what? A thought. So all my brothers are spiritual healers, and we do not work with the consciousness aspect of the patient. We work entirely with the life aspect. You see, when we say, what's your life like? What's your purpose in life? No one can tell you. The life force works through the heart center, utilizing the bloodstream, which is love. The closest place to find God, Allah, Buddha, whatever you want to call it, is where? It's in your heart. I don't care if you're a Christian or no Muslim. If you don't know who you are, then you a Christian slave or a Muslim slave. You see how simple that is?
Yeah.
When my Noble Malik, we talk about white by law, and we say, okay, well, when you read the SF 181 form and you read what white is, and you still be arguing with semantics with people, we have a problem. While the consciousness aspects works through our brain, using our nervous system, that's a will. This is the stuff we're supposed to be teaching our children. The will to heal. We have to create what? A healing thought process, a healing thought form. When people say, well, I'm homeschooling my kid. Well, to homeschool your kid, it got to be a school at home. What are we talking about? You just can't say stuff out your mouth. Like, due to COVID, I made $3 million. Doing what? You see? Wolf of Wall Street was my favorite movie. When he said, man, you make 70 grand a day or a week, well, show me your check right now. Show me that. I'll call my job right now and quit, and I'm rocking with you. Why? Prove all things. You can't tell me nothing. And Thomas wasn't doubting. How was Thomas doubting in the biblical scripture? And you saying you done all these miracles? It's the function of every thought form. Every thought form is what? Threefold. To respond to vibration, to provide a body for an idea, to carry out a specific purpose. This is what I teach. This is what I'm having the pleasure to teach. I'm teaching this to people, children, that everybody think is dignitaries. Everybody thinks smart. Who? My European colleagues, because this is serious to them. In their lodges, in their fraternal houses, all the stuff I'm talking about is laid across the table. When I deal with my people, it's caricature stuff. It's crazy stuff. I'm not crazy. I'm not Negro and black. I have to be like Cheers and deal with my muftis and the people that know me. That's all I'm saying. I have to keep saying that over and over. Thought is the carrier for love. Thought is the engine, which is the quality of the energy used in the healing thought form. We are truly working with the law of magnetic impulse. with every healing done from soul level, we lift the whole of humanity from every heart that's healed. That's humanity. The job of a person that's righteous is to teach the insane. That's the job of the 5%er. That ain't contingent on no color. Disease and healing are both aspects of the great relationship system, you know, which governs all manifestations. This is something that you should ponder. This is something that you should reflect on, because in anything you should get what? Understanding. I'm giving you wisdom and understanding. It should be worth something to you, because if you say it's not, I know it's worth something to the other man. Why? Because that's who want to sponsor what I'm doing. That's who's going to learn in academias, while we say it don't matter, while we argue in church. And I say you still is a Muslim slave or a Christian slave if you operate on Negro, Black, and color and African American. Why? Because law governs all events. And according to science and law, Black is death pertaining to ethnicity. Civil ter mortis. Now, who crazy? Not me. The vital force in the body. I ain't say my body. I said the vital force in the body. So that means you have the power. You have the power. Didn't I just say the scripture says ye are gods? Yeah. When we talk about the Aquarian age, and everybody say the Aquarian age, the outpoint of information. Well, if you understand science, we're talking about the seventh ray. The seventh ray. We can now heal through the whole etheric body without needing to touch the physical components. Since the etheric is the template of the dense physical body, y'all don't hear me? The seventh ray is gaining strength and impact. How can the seventh ray gain strength and impact? Getting that natural vitamin D, putting those natural vitamins in you, what, from Mother Earth, working out, keeping your brain sharp. All those things are contingent on a functioning body operating to full capacity. Because everything that you put in your mouth is not energy. It's not life. Everything you drink is not life. And all you got to do is tell me what you eating and drinking. And that's why I know your attention span is 20 seconds. That's how I know you get on here and play and joke. And somebody say, you too old to be playing and joking, because I know how you eating. You can't tell me no different. It's with the understanding that we undertake to study and practice the science and the art of esoteric healing, because esoteric healing comes with what? Accountability. I just said you are what you eat, you are what you drink, you are what you think, you are what you believe, you are what you belie. This is accountability. God don't tell you this. You are God. Oh man, the Lord, you told me to do this. No, you did that because you did it. You are God. You're not listening to the text. Hence, it's fundamental to become more acquainted with the etheric body. What? Man-made in the image of God, the most place, the holy place, and a quarter roundabout. It ain't nothing outside of yourself. We're talking about what? The tabernacle that's built without hands. The etheric body is a great network of energy weaving through and around the physical body. It is the vital force which maintains the activity of every function of your body, my body. It's the cause and the process of the interacting cellular movements in our bodies. And if there is a withdrawal of the vitality, you know what happens. Things start to what? Digress. If the muscles, if the body is not you, what happens? They do what? They atrophy.
Yep.
Come on, everybody know it. Why? Because you're not using it. If you sit in the bed too long, they say, no, when this, you got to get out the bed. Why? Because you will get bed sores, right?
Yep.
Come on. That's right, Brother Bay. If on the other hand, too much energy is pouring through to a limb, for instance, like too much protein, people be telling you this, dude. I'd be like, dude, your body only need a certain amount of everything. The rest going out as waste. You got a little thing in your intestines called the velvic. Your body's supposed to eat natural things. If you taking all these pills and mega men vitamins, all that's great, but I don't need all that because I'm getting it from Mother Earth. You just wasting your money and you boo-booing it and urinating it out, especially if you eating right. You can't tell me no different. Why? I'm a scientist. I ain't got to argue with you. I know you're not an extraterrestrial. I tell you about the sour gumball. You'll be like, what? Some gum, some candy? Nope. A lot of stuff people, they don't even know I take. because it ain't nobody business. They be like, what is sour gumball? Research it. Research what it is. I tell everybody when I speak, you better research what I'm saying. I keep telling everybody I'm extraterrestrial. It's a lot of things that have been down from my ancestors that's embedded into me. I'm telling these as facts, and we don't believe that because we let people take us off what we are and who we know. We are natural healers from the extraterrestrials. You be like an alien. I ain't say no alien. And if too much energy is poured into a limb, what? Tetany or tension occurs. A balanced rhythm flow through and around the body is the goal of healing. Balance. You what's edged on my wings? Balance. That's why I be laughing at our people. Balance. Why? Because we have a lack of knowledge. It's no disrespect. I'm laughing to stop from crying. I'm not belittling no one. I'm laughing to stop for crying. Because when I get in my private chambers, when I be coming back telling my muftis that they know that I do this in real life, I see the lower self of our people. That's what I'm saying. And other people use this for power. Why? Because I'm in the real world. I'm teaching these people that y'all think dignitaries and European Masons, and they really snowmen. And money don't even mean nothing to them. Money is paper. They like, sheep, money is not earned, it's given. It's given. And I ain't come back to my city of Flint. Right now, what's happening with me, I can go buy Escalade cash, and in the summer over, it'll be paid for. You paid off 100 grand? Yeah. I ain't like that. I ain't out here riding around no trucks in my old school. When my muftis come see me, my old school in the garage. I don't care about that. My old school color sit in the garage. I be telling my mufti Brian Hicks Bay, he do music. I say, bro, no, you need to come here and do videos. I don't care about this stuff. I got a different mission. To achieve the goal, however, may require what? Techniques extremely complex. I know my life is complex because my mission is complex, detailed and subtle. I have to seclude myself from my studies and all this because I'm responsible for people. I'm responsible for people's well-being. So I can't leave nobody in no burning house, and I know better than that. And I know I'm militant as well. I got to make sure the parameter is right before I bring anybody in. Why? Because that's who I am. It's to bring this harmony, to bring this balance in the body tissues. It's the way the etheric body is able to how? Vitalize itself, vitalize the physical body. I'll give y'all an analogy. When I talk about the shashat, people be like, what? I don't know what the shashat is. Well, I ain't got to go there with you. Or when I talk about the spirit molecule, the DMT, that's something embedded in us. My noble Malik don't have to deal with the shashat to operate his spirit molecule. Why? Because he know how to go inside himself. Did he say something is wrong with the shashat? No, because the shashat is supposed to be used for what? Illumination and for study, not just for recreational. Understand, it ain't for you to escape nothing. You see, and that's what people be using. Oh man, I had a bad day. I got to escape. I got to do this. See, that's the problem. You using it for an scapegoat. We don't use it for that. We use it for meditation, for study, to go in that higher realm. That's why I use it when I teach it in the Cannabis Christ. I show you it's a choice. I teach this. The only way you will know and learn when it be revealed to you, the shashat. It's the choice. It can be good or bad for the individual. Think about what I'm saying. The etheric body is the reflection of the soul. The etheric body is the reflection of the soul, formed by the soul of each cell in the body, merged as one. When I talk about cell salts, and I ask people, I say, you doing stuff based off what somebody said. You don't even know your cell salts. You don't even know your blood type. How do you know this is going to work for you? How do you know? Well, you should eat all apples. Well, I'm allergic to apples. You should eat all bananas. Well, I'm allergic to bananas. You should eat all apricots. I'm allergic to apricots. Well, you can't do nothing for me then. See?
Already do moving.
It is the energy field that we work and gain vital information about the patient on the different levels of their being. What do you mean? When you dealing with Malik, when Malik see you, when he around you, when Malik be like, what? He be like, I said, cell salts, S-A-L-T-S, cell salt, not cell sauce, cell salts. Excuse my vernacular. But when we talking about this, Malik can know when a person that's older and they talking out the side of their neck. I'll give you an analogy. I always have to give analogies. When we had a brother to join us and he talking all up different, like, man, I want to get off this and demand this and all that. Malik said, you know what? You need to get in shape. Malik didn't disrespect the man. Malik looking at that man's eyes. Malik, we asking this man, how old you are? You our age and older than us. Something is wrong. Because the information you getting, that's some sovereign citizen stuff. You too grown for that. You too grown for that. And for a grown person to be on that, it's a character flaw. And Malik didn't call him out. He like, man, you should get in shape. And you know what the brother was like? You right. Because Malik sees something. We see something that's wrong. Something is wrong. A person that understands this is about them and all that, they don't operate like that. That's the magnetic. That's the radiation. That's that healing, that radiant or the redatory healing. When we say this esoteric healing deals with primarily two activities, controlling energy, namely what? Magnetism and radiation. What do the two mean? Magnetism. Watch this, because all my brothers are adapt thinkers and healers. Every last one of them. My Mufti, Gregory Maso El, he's the operator of herbs of Mayat. All the beautiful herbs, all the teas and all this. He got us and pushed us to be who we are and take things where we need to take them in our own local communities. The same way I do with my Muftis with subordinate temples, because they're greater than I. I want us to be great together. A healer must be magnetic above everything else. A healer must be magnetic above everything else. Why do I know this? Because I'm dealing with people that don't look like me. That's my magnetic abilities. And he must be attractive or to attract not only the opposite sex, but brothers around him. It must be something special about him. When brothers see him like, man, I like how you put that together. I like that. Why? It's something to aspire to. That's what men do. Why? Because a lot of my brothers, and when wearing a turban and fez, they ain't trying to be like me. It's something to aspire to, because this is who we are. The confidence, the understanding, the brotherhood, the power of our own soul, those who we can help, those energies when need arise, which will stimulate the patient to the desired activity. The radiation aspect, the healer, the adapt. The healer, the adapt must understand also how to radiate, for the radiation of the soul will do the following things. Remember, I always talk about tools in the toolbox. It will stimulate to activate the soul of the one to be healed, thus sitting in motion to the healing process. The radiation of the healer's mind will illuminate the other mind and polarize the will of the patient. The radiation of the healer's emotional or astral body, controlled and selfless, will impose a rhythm upon the agitation of the patient's astral body. And so enable that patient to take right action. While the radiation, while the radiation of the healer's vital body working through the spleen center, will aid in organizing the patient's force, the body, or the etheric body. Radiatory healing is brought about how? By linking the soul with the brain and the heart centers. This is one of my 5 triangles per se. When we open the magnetic healing triangle, the 2 auras on all 3 levels, both of them responsible to the contract or the contact. When we talk about the chakras or the 7 chakras, whereas one chakra that control them all. Let me give you an analogy. You can redo your engine. You can get a new transmission, radiator, new rims, tires. If you don't have a good battery, it won't start, would it? Would it?
Nope.
Okay, so we agree. Let's proceed. The soul energy of the patient is then directed by the healer soul towards the aspect of the patient's physical body needing healing. And this process is said to occur consciously or unconsciously. You know, radiation is tangible substance and potency, producing effects. Joy is the most powerful impulse behind the right kind of radiation. Magnetic healing involves certain aspects from the etheric vehicle. Magnetic stimulation of the physical atom emanates from man, from woman on astral levels, and later from that Buddhic aspect. And see, this is facts. What you say, hi, I need healing for mental health problems. Sometimes I don't remember people. Well, if that's the case, you need professional help. No disrespect, because I'm talking about something totally different. If that's the case, I tell everybody what? Seek professional help. I tell people always, you can't, and then if a person listens to me for the first time, I ain't diagnosed them. A person can be playing. This is what I be telling people. Be serious about your healing. Whatever type of healing that you do, be serious about your healing and don't be playing. If you don't remember things, if you don't remember people, this just didn't happen today. This is a process, like Malik's saying. So it's just like having a big keloid on my ear. I need to go get that fixed. With all due respect. Because I'm a Buddha, a prophet, and an angel with a group of people. I'm not telling nobody what to do. I'm not here to do that. That's why I'm saying this is my last public teaching. If no one's following us on our Timberland page, if no one's seeking us out, if no one coming to class and getting books and sending donations for I can give you things, it's a whole different level. You know? And so when I be telling people, I give y'all respect, but I'll be reading things. This person is saying it's important to seek the right help. Yes, I tell people this. Thank you, brother. When this person said, yes, I used to go to the hospital. Yeah, you used to go to the hospital. Oh, I understand that. But professional help in your area. And this is what I tell people, in your area. So let me proceed. Let me block all the rest of this stuff. Let me block all the rest of this with all due respect. So let me block that and proceed. So esoteric healing. Esoteric healing. Because I told y'all, you have to have a certain type of skin to be on social media. I tell all my people, I do this in real life because this is what you get. You get the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good is my muftis. I met all my muftis from a different area. They all from different states on here. That's why I speak like this. I say we got a long way to go. But the esoteric healing defined. Esoteric healing is an art and a science. It's a calling for the use of your mind, but not your emotions, in the service of the intuition, for the purpose of what? Transforming matter with life energies to bring about change that will benefit the whole. Remember, for completeness, you got to add these more. I can give you a little bit of more of a definition of the esoteric definition, because esoteric healing is the release of the soul so that its life can flow through the aggregate of organisms which would constitute any particular form. Esoteric healing is an art. Everything, when people are like, oh, this is an art form. Yes, everything that you love is an art. Your body is an art. That's why I say, look at the audacity of us. We playing. Look how we treat each other. I never got disrespected in Arizona with my turban, with my fez. I teach in real life. That's why I said it hurts my heart. And I laugh to keep from crying. And I mean this with no disrespect. This simply indicates that the use of this form of healing is a practical skill. What you mean? It's a practical skill. What do you mean? It's a practical skill, something that you can acquire. I keep telling people you can do things greater than I. This is a practical skill. I'm nothing but a map and a guide. That's it. That's it. And yet, it's not fixed or predetermined on how much money you got or how this. And people be like, oh, I need some money. This is what people say to me on social media. Oh, I need some money. I told you, this is how we are. The aptitude of our people. We plan when others use what I'm teaching for power. Why? Because I'm seeing their kids winning, and I'm seeing they use their money to build in the communities, and they go back home and they win. We come back to raggedy houses and a whole bunch of old churches. You said, yep, a lot have to do with putting our bodies. Yep, thank you. A lot of us are not taking stuff serious. I agree. We're not. That's what I'm talking about here. Everything I'm talking about is what you are, what you eat and you drink. Everybody say they see the BBT is what? Our body is our temples. Everything we talk about is the body, the esoteric books, all the wisdom from the health books. It's the body, it's what we eat. We killing ourselves slowly. And in the Bible, we under a kasher diet, AKA kosher. These is facts. So everything what we do is based on emotions. And I asked everybody, did y'all see what soul food with Big Mama on there? Big Mama, what she passed from, what they eating. Big Mama died from high blood pressure, diabetes, and what the kids celebrate. They go get, ooh, well, I want some chitlins. You want some intestines? And you put hot sauce on them and you think that's good? The insanity in our people. We choose this. We choose this. And that's what I tell everybody. This ain't my story. I'm from the city of Flint too. Ain't no European did nothing to me. A European didn't kill my brother. A European didn't kill my cousin Miguel. A European didn't kill my boy Mike Ville or Marlon. So nobody can sit up here and tell me that about that's a false narrative story. Can't nobody tell me nobody tore up all the houses in our neighborhood. Didn't no other man do that stuff. That's cap. That's cap. And I tell people from day one, they try to make things not real. I say, but you can still, if you sick, it's a way to heal. You can't keep the heal. You have to starve things. And I tell people I don't care what you take to heal anything, you must starve it. If you don't understand that, that's the problem. Intelligence intends lies behind all wise direction of energy. What did I just say? Intellect, intelligence, all this lies behind all wise direction of energy. You see, in this way, the patient will not be bombarded with our desires and hopes, because I don't have no desires and hopes. With kids, I say, I don't have no desires and no hopes. I want the best. So all I can do is give you the best. Like people like, man, you can be selling. I'm not selling nobody no hot dogs. I'm not selling nobody nothing that I know. I'm not selling nobody no poison. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. The first thing is to change the mental. I tell people in my city of Flint, the misnomer Arabs own all the chicken and fish. Our people get up early in the morning to get some fried chicken and fish. And then talk about, well, I don't know where it's cooked at. These restaurants, these places is a mess. Even in Detroit, all the Coney Island is owned by the other man. So instead, the patient will sense what? Clarity, a feeling of purpose and direction. I know. Either immediately or over time. You are what you eat. That's why my noble Malik, look how he look. Malik is a year older than me. You know?
Yeah,
Come on, man. When I talk about Credo Matua, when I talk about the Moradines, and I say, man, when I talk about our 7 African spirits, when I talk about the Orisha, the Santeria, Eligua, and the Crossroads, I'll be like, dude, I don't diss my 7 African spirits. I'm a shaman. I'm a medicine man. A lot of stuff I do behind closed doors. And I share with my brothers. Why? Because we are a community. And when you tap into intuition, the esoteric healer believes he or she can work with the cause of the problem or the illness which is being presented. When you a healer like myself and others, you have to know how to heal yourself and take time for yourself. Why? Because a lot that you take from others is on you. Now, how you know how to digress? When I use the analogy of someone out in the battlefield and you come back home to all your friends and family that love you, you can't still be in the battle mode perspective. You know? When I tell people on here, they can look us up. My Mufti on here, Malik, my other Mufti on here, Lamarck, Barclay Bay, and all the rest of my Muftis. And I say, well, we own 10 acres in Kingsman, Arizona, prime real estate. Brothers, we willing to sell parts of acres. We can have greenhouses on our land right now. We can build on 60% of our land. We can have a big, huge co-op garden on our land. And everybody can be owners and everybody can get a quarter of an acre. You know, a quarter of an acre is a lot. That's a lot. A quarter. That's why I be telling people, they be like, what? I said, me and my brothers right now, y'all can look us up. Look up in the public records in Kingsman, Arizona. Y'all can see we own 10 acres of prime real estate. So when people talk about we need to do this, we already got it. And so now people don't be wanting to spend no money. I say everybody can buy a quarter of an acre from us. You would go spend $5 grand on hanging out. You don't want to spend 5 or 10 grand on a quarter of an acre in prime real estate when you can build your own greenhouse or have a co-op greenhouse with us and we bartering. That's cap. And that's what I tell people. And when my Muftis met me, I have 40 acres in St. John's, and I had to give it up because I couldn't get none of my family, none of my nieces, none of my nephews, none of the friends I went to school with. That's why I love my Muftis, and I'm going back to what the Creator told me to do. I've done all this with my brothers that I met who I am, not with none of my friends I grew up with for 30 years, 40 years in Flint, not none of my nieces and nephews that blow money. No, with my Muftis. Why should I be doing anything else? And that's what the Creator been telling me, and he been whooping me. I'm supposed to just come home, take care of my mom. But no, Kari, you care too much about people. You try to engulf your people in the city and what's going on, you know? And the Holy Spirit said, nope, you let that go. And I did. My family gonna watch. My nieces and nephews have to watch. We building, and we build it with the right people. And so I ain't even told my Muftis what's happening. We don't got to sell the land. We getting financed for people can build on our land to grow fruits and vegetables. And we're going to be able to take advantage of that. So, yep. So there it is. And everybody had the opportunity to be a part of what we're doing. And so when people be having their little makeshift farms in their yards, and when the mandate go out, say you can't have no farm at home no more, you going to lie and say, oh, well, I still do. No, you ain't. They're going to come burn it all up. I'm telling you, because this is what's happening. You got to have it in agricultural area. You got to have farmland. This is what's happening in local communities. You can't get mad at me. And we've been taking advantage of this. So I thank y'all Muftis for believing in me and believing in the man and the woman that own land is rich. I give y'all honor for that, you know. Thank you. And for real, and I apologize to y'all for caring so much. I really do. I have to say that because I listen to I apologize for caring too much for other stuff. I really do. I really do, y'all. Because I lost focus. I ain't even gonna lie. I lost focus. Especially what I saw was going on in my city of Flint. And then I had to I'm coming home and take care of my mother through her ailment. And people like, no, you educated, you should engulf yourself in this. But when I saw I don't have no backing of the people and the people that they look up to, the other man that's paying for everything, they were like, no, you just do your thing. You know? Yeah. So that when somebody say, yeah, just don't curse your family in the public domain. Our family already done that for themselves. This is what I tell people. We need to be too worried about words instead about action. And I tell everyone this. All my Muftis say this. That's why they said, we be done, she, because you care too much. Our people be too worried about what somebody say instead of action. Our people be too worried about what somebody think about them instead of action. That's the thing. When a person say, don't curse your family in the public domain, they curse themselves. I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to do nothing. Well, that's what people know. The words are spells. Words don't create actions. Words are spells. Words are spells. So people cast the wrong spell from not accepting what? That mirror. Like Malik say, the man in the mirror. If you want to make the world a better place, you got to accept it. You got to accept that you're wrong. You got to accept what? The self-criticism. We can't say, well, it's okay. Jesus will fix it. Then that means we don't want to be corrected. Well, don't say your kid failing. Tell them it's okay and everybody wins. No, everybody don't win. You came in last place, you know? You came in last place. So it is what it is. And I tell people, everybody don't have to follow everybody. Oh. Everybody have the right to do what they want to. This is what I keep telling people. And I'll be like, everybody have the right for their own mission to follow who they want to. Do your own thing. Nobody have to follow no one. Nobody have to believe in this and say nothing. Because if I'm not with something, I wouldn't even be there. I wouldn't even waste my time. I wouldn't even be responding to nothing. Why? Because I'm not into that unless I'm a distraction. This is what I tell people. I said, we are a distraction. Because if I'm not into something, if I'm not rocking with something, why would I take time on my precious day to be listening, to be arguing with someone that look like me, that I know can help? Why would I do that? Based off how I feel. I just said earlier, we operate off what? Emotion. I just said it. And people be proving what I'm saying instead of operating off things that can be proven. So we operate off a belief system. Believing in things that we can prove. Everybody proving my point. I know I am bars. Thank you. He like you 100% right. I know. And it ain't no disrespect because this is what I get with my people. That's all. This is what I get. This is what I get. I am the bars. This is what I get with my people when I say this is the cause and the effect from this type of behavior. cosmic, dissonance. Yep. My boy repeated it for me. I'm on my GCU site. They're like, we love you, Sheik. I love y'all too, man. So I don't have to go any further because there's no reason. I want to stop right there. All my moves, y'all got it. The wisdom. I always give things off you can study on your own. And so, like I said, I give you all gratitude. We're going to continue to build. We have to be who we are in our cities and bring the right people to us. As Noble Lamarck said, we have to focus on the right people, the right people. We have to get out that NBC mentality because the NBC mentality is gatekeepers and we don't treat each other right. We in battle mode and we operate on how we feel. And that's not how I operate.
Wow.
And so do anybody got anything they want to share as we close or add anything as we close? Any of my moves? Do y'all want to add or anything? But the only reason why I say stuff on here, y'all, is, and then this person on here is like, I don't want to deal with that because everybody just want to add stuff and just add stuff. And I'm like, okay, after you add some stuff, where's the action? That everybody wants somebody to prove somebody something. Or it's like, well, see, I knew that. That ain't how I operate. This is not no conscious community. It's not no debate. This is what I'll be telling people. I'll be like, no, everybody, all of a sudden, they be having so much of what they know and so intelligent all of a sudden. And then they be having fake users names. I said, well, you should have your own page and teach it. You have the right to do that. You have the right to express how you feel or express how you don't feel on your platform. Why do we feel we got to go on somebody else's page and want to speak? Why? For what? For a personal belief to express how you feel? And no one cares how I feel. If I'm a teacher, well, teacher. Yes, your feelings shouldn't mess up your teaching. Just like if you was a police, you shouldn't feel a certain way and go to work and be the bad cop because you feel a certain way today. What you say? I found you here just the other day, and you are full of information. Thank you, brother. Thank you too. This is the only thing I tell people is like, as I close, I'll be telling people, research me. Do a Google search of Khary Goodman Bey, Minister Khary Goodman Bey, Khary Goodman Bey. I bet you don't get nothing negative. So why would a person come negative to me on here? If you see my body of work and my academia, I have a whole bookstore with 1 million books and documents. My muftis here, they'll tell you, I operate in love. And that's what my Noble Malik was saying. Like, no, Sheik, we met you in love. I got to share this before I close. Because I respect my brothers and I listen. That these the only brothers that I have that really rock with me, besides a certain family member and college professors and dignitaries. They're like, Sheik, we met you in love, teaching. Get back to that. This is what my mufti told me the other day. Like, yeah, Sheik, I hear you. Then my other mufti, Lamarck, was like, yeah, I understand too, Sheik, what you're saying. He was like, yeah, those NBCs, but you got a lot of love. You got people that you got this. I'm listening. I said, I'll be laughing to stop from crying because I done been through a lot. Like I said, I seen my baby brother kill Jelani Goodman Bey murdered. That's why I don't trust men. Like, I know what men gonna say and do. What? Nothing. I know they'll sell out. I know the women will stand in front. I know this. I'm around it all day. I know our men want to debate because they get in that conscious community and they poor and broke. I know this. Why? Because that's what happens. You have to have a type of energy and a type of, how can I say, a boldness to be on social media. Why? Because people can say anything. How? Because this is what they do. People can get on here and say anything about you. Oh, you black. And then if you ain't built in a certain way, you would be all emotional and distraught. I tell all my muftis this. Everybody meet me, they be like, man, you are some type of person. You did this in academia with all these, no disrespect, Europeans and got dual master degrees and then came back and dealing with your own people on social media. They be like, why? And I'd be like, because who else gonna do it? And so once again, I thank y'all, man. I thank everybody that support, that give donations. I give honors and love to my muftis. I give love to y'all family. And I just give love to y'all, man, for being the men that y'all are, for trusting me as men and courting me and opening me up and saying, Sheik, yes, but what about this? What about this? Because we supposed to be operating in love. Regardless of everything that happens, love trumps all. And I believe me, I understand. I understand fully now. Or how can I say, I'm illuminated in what my brothers are saying. Why? Because that's what I'm responsible for. So I give y'all honors once again. I give y'all honors once again, man. So that's all I got. We done?
Islam. I was just replying to this person and says what I needed science temple for. And my reply to them is that's for you to figure out.
See? You see what I be saying? That, and that's what we tell. We not here when people saying, what do they need this? We not telling you need nothing. But the brotherhood is more when you in a situation where you need this. We talk about realistically, and yeah, where you gonna get it from? If you by yourself, if you in need, what you gonna get it from? Welfare? When you want to buy something and go things in group economics, where you gonna get it from? If you don't come from a family that's rich, where you gonna get it from? By yourself? And that's the thing. We weren't built to be ourselves. We were built to be in communities. This is what I be trying to show brothers and sisters. But they done watch too many YouTubes. They done watch too many people talk that talk. And so they talk the same talk. That's what I'm saying. Why do I need this? Come on. Well, if you by yourself, that means you got everything. We're talking about a community. This person said, my body is the temple. Why do I need a science temple? And then they say, explain. Why do we have to explain? You explain it. You explain why you don't need a temple and why your body is the temple. You explain it. But I bet you go to work. If you don't go to work, I bet you your woman go to work. I bet you if they don't go to work and do nothing, I bet you they on welfare and Section 8. So if your body is your temple, that means your body can give you everything that you need and you don't have to go to work. That means your body closing you for everything that you need. And that's not true. That's not valid. And so somebody said, explain. Why do we have to explain? We didn't get explanation when we went to all these schools and they told us we were some African booty scratchers. And they said that all misnomer black people came off of a boat. We ain't do that. We ain't question none of them now. We don't question none of the preachers, none of that. But we get on social media, and I'm not saying you doing that, but this is what we do when we can hide our face. That's sad to me. That's all I'm saying. That's all Sheik's saying. Not saying it with love. If somebody asks you, huh?
They tear their own people down, but don't ask the question to the other people.
Yes, and that's what I've been seeing in my community. When I'm like, I don't get this in academia with the other man. They're like, you have credentials. Like we don't tear each other down. We make excuses. Well, I don't need this. Okay, well, you explain why you don't need it. Because these people, you say you don't need it. So if they ask us a question, tell me why you don't need it. That means you got everything. That means your body gives you everything. That means you self-sufficient. That means you're an entrepreneur. That means everything that you need comes from within. That's what you're saying. If not, then that's a contradiction. Because I need my brothers. I need my brothers. I need my community. We need group economics. That's the only way we get land. We need this. I need my brothers and sisters to depend on when I'm in a dark place or I need someone to talk to, that my close companion. I need that. If I'm slipping, I need my brothers. I need that. When we talk about discuss, I need that. I need all that. So once again, I give you all gratitude. And if anybody want to ask any more questions that's on here, like Malik said, we're going to ask questions. We're going to answer some questions. We will answer some questions. This is what people put out here. And now I'll be telling y'all, this is the stuff that come out of our people's mouth. This type of stuff. This is out of all the things that go on in the world that we can be solving. This is the stuff that come out of adults' mouth. And if they're not an adult, then it's a troll. It's only one or the other.
Yeah.
And it's no disrespect. I come on love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. That's all. So when people come to me with that stuff, I'll be like, man, the aptitude of our people, we just digress. That's all. You didn't see Sheikh Anta Diop, Ivan Sertima, Bobby Hemmett, John Henry Clark on Tony Brown's journals. Did you see them brothers arguing and debating? No, you saw all them scholars debunking Eurocentric and Negrocentric propaganda. When you research Tony Brown's journals, when you saw all our scholars having conversations like this, that's what you saw. You saw intellectual brothers coming together like myself and others having dialogue. Not that's this type of stuff.
Know who those people are.
I know.
That's even if they know who those people are. So.
And so that's all I'm saying, man. I just was here to illuminate some people from the blessings and association that I had to be a part of. Like for me graduating from Clear University, getting a dual bachelor degree and getting a dual master degree, me from being a part of the Philosophical Research Society, me and have access to a lot of stuff other brothers don't have. You know, for me, if I can bring stuff back to people, I have a full library. I can change everything and I'm a scholar. I like it hurts my heart to get disrespected like this by my own people, and my professors and my college alumni is like, why are you doing that? And the reason why I say that, because when I cast my net out and I did it back in, I got my Muftis. I got Malik. I got Barclay. I got Maso. I got Alonzo. I got Dantes. I got Brian. I got Drayshawn. And all these men got families. I got other brothers in a part of the world. They might not be part of the movement like Muftis, but they part of it. I got professors that rock with me, that be calling me, checking on me like, man, you still in Flint? Just take care of your mom. And when you feel that everything okay, you get the hell out of there. No disrespect.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, they like, no, here, sending you this, like, no, you good. Don't go out. And as I close, I was supposed to be doing a community gathering yesterday because a little girl got, shot. She was 9 and she got took out. Just like my little brother was murdered. Man, my phone was blowing up. People calling me like, Sheik, you at the park? You responsible for people and you don't even roll like that. People like, please don't do it. I have to be honest. They're like, no, because they're like, not only you responsible for other people, they're like, you responsible for us, Sheik. They're like, what we gonna do? My homeboy like, what my son gonna do if something happened to you in the city trying to help the people and somebody come past and spraying? It hurt my heart, man. And that's all I'm saying. So once again, I'm so full with gratitude from my brothers that's knowing who I am. And thank you too for my Clear University people and my friend from M Live that did a nice little interview on me. We probably gonna put it out in a minute. And I thank Clear University for coming for letting me lecture. I thank my Jewish professors for letting me lecture. I'm thankful for the Scottish Rite Masons, my professor, that let me lecture in their halls and teach their children. I give y'all gratitude, and everybody on here that have tuned in and been following me for years. If you gave donations, I thank you too. And if I didn't give you literature, all you got to do is email me and I'll give you something for your donation. But if y'all want to rock with us, please subscribe to our Temple and School YouTube page for more scheduled teachings, because today is the last day. I'm on my personal YouTube channel. Today is the last day for me to be doing this on Facebook. And today is my last day teaching anything on TikTok. So once again, my run is up. Thank everyone. If y'all know how to get with me. I still will be here every so often talking to y'all, say, hey, man, just basic stuff. But I won't be teaching lessons anymore. That'll be over. I may be doing some book sales. That may be all I'll be doing from now on, jumping on here and doing book sales. See if people want to get these books for a small donation, they ebooks, or if you want the expensive books that I have printed and binded. But that's probably all I'm going to be doing. So thanks again. Take us out, Malik, or whoever.
All right. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our God, and our salvation by night, by day. There was Holy Prophet, Drew Ali, Amen, Ashay, Shalom, Alakim, our Islamism. Peace, 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 peace.
Do anybody have our benediction?
It's only me and you on here.
Oh, my bad. I thought I was here. I thought I heard Lamarcus stuff. I thought I heard Maso. So I got it. I'll get our benediction. Let me just pull it up. It won't take long. 1 second. Oh, here we go, right here. Let me see. Benediction. Yeah. All right, our benediction. May the benediction of Allah be upon thee and thine always, as thou should strive to be a credit to Allah. Make haste to bestow thy acts of love upon all our brothers and sisters, and we all should do our best to shun all evil ones. Remember to take suckle of the breast of knowledge, wisdom, fortitude, charity, love, and all standing, that we all might nourish the souls of all men, women, and children, regardless of creed, sex, color, ethnicity. Let the truth be thy shield in the manifest battles of falsehood. We all should know that we never need to pick the lock to the gates of paradise by means of petty or criminal theft. For behold, the key to salvation already rests within our own hands. And yes, even though a portion of our nature is weakness, instability, inconstancy, there is still the greater part of our nature that is divine. May Allah, may Buddha, may Confucius, whatever you praise, give you name, give you glory and everlasting peace. El Rahman, El Rahim, Ya Haq, Ya Muhammad, Ashe, Shalom Alaikum. Peace, 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 peace. Hotel. Amen. Peace, 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 peace. I love y'all. Take us out, Noble.
Yep.
I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of nigga me. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dreams. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't really. It ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun, it's an everyday thing. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay